Hey guys, I'm the Cyborg Sheep, and welcome to the Weekend Post. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the ev3 programmer. It's this is an application for your computer, which it's what it's it allows you to make programs for your ev3. So yeah, I guess let's get into this video. So if we go up here, first, this is the lobby. This is the first screen that you come to when you come into the thing, and or come into the program, and so you have all these things. You can click on them and see what these are. These are the robots that actually have instructions that Lego has invented that you may want to build. So like, if you have these like circles that are kind of like thing, you can actually click on them and they perform an action. Like that one, it shows you how it's like spinning. Oops, I didn't want to do that yet. If we go back, then this is the one. It shows you how it can. It shows you how this robot can turn around. How that works is you actually drive it backwards, and then there's a wheel that's loose that's in one of the through holes. That's just like, and it grips the floor on one side and turns it around. It's pretty cool. Cool mechanism how that works. But anyways, next, we have this ev3R storm. I think that's how you pronounce that. This one, one of the attachments for this arm is you can add this launcher, and that fires. I think that's a really cool mechanism too. But yeah. Next one we have is this snake thing. It can, well, oh man. And finally we have Gripper, and it's basically this robot that you can drive around, and it has this like gripper on the front that can pick up stuff. And it's, man, I must say the models that they've made instructions for on this thing is it's really cool, and on every one of these there's also this video showing what they can do. So as you can see here, this one can pick up stuff and then drop it. But yeah, alright, but so that's the lobby. It's pretty cool, just a little bit of an introduction to how things work. But now, if you go into Add Project, you go into this thing. Now, this is where you make all of the programs. So, I'm just gonna go do a quick overview of how this works. So, basically, this is drag and drop programming. So, to put in a part of the code, you grab something from the palette down here, and you put it down. It's a preset, and basically drag and drop programming is preset code. So instead of having to manually type out all the things, there's like these are blocks with preset code for the ev3. Just a little bit easier for people like me who don't have the knowledge quite of coding yet. But anyways, so first we have this action tab, and what this does is tells the ev3 to do actions. So like moving a medium motor one rotation at a power of 75. So yeah, and then also within these code blocks there's different options you can choose. Like, for example, you can say, I want this motor to always be on, or until, I guess, let's say, the touch sensor is pressed. Yeah, until the so you could tell the ev3, I want you to keep the M motor on, and until the touch sensor is pressed, and then you can't just put it like this, because it needs to know that after, because basically what this is a gate, creates a gate. So like, it'll wait until this event happens to go on to the next code, which is the motor is off and it's not doing anything. So yeah. So just a little bit of overview of what all of these are. So we have our large motor. This is the medium motor. We have move steering and move tank. Also we have this is to put a display up. So like, if there's all sorts of these things, like there's you can put up eyes, there's like information, which like it's, so basically what it is it'll put something up on the LCD screen on the yeah, it'll put something up on the LCD screen when it comes to this code block. And then also we have our move steering. Basically what this does, it's a little bit more easier way of doing a tank controls, and you can actually specify which direction you want your robot to move in, and it actually does do it like that. And I think it's pretty cool how you can do that. Also, you can specify at what speed you want the motors to go at, and whether you want them to move for degrees or a certain amount of rotations. Also, there's on and there's off. And then we have move tank. This goes a bit more advanced. You can a bit more fine-tune each of the motors. So say you want them both to do one rotation, but you want one to be at like, say I want one to be at full power and one to be only at half power. If I can find it. Well, approximately half power. So then you can say it'll make a right turn. It's kind of the same, but it's just a bit more advanced what you can do. You basically, these are, I don't know what a difference would be between the two, but yeah. So next we have our brick status light. What this does is ooh, man, light is going all crazy. So basically, there's on your brick, on the outline of your brick buttons, there's this light, and what that does is it can put out different colors. So there's currently 3 colors that it can put out. There's green, there's orange, and there's red. It uses all 3 of these colors outside of the programs, but it's just a way to customize the programs and use the light for your own programs. Yeah, so that's everything in the actions palette. This I will get to in. Sorry about that. So anyways, this I'll get into in another video. Yeah. So next we have our flow control blocks, and what these are is they allow you to control the way that the program will run. So you can see, like, here's a loop. So if I want to say, what this does is basically you can say instead of like writing putting a bunch of medium motors just normally, or if you want to run a certain code multiple times, you would use this, and it'll play it for however many times you want it to. So there's all sorts of things you can do. You can have it go unlimited. You can actually specify how many times you want it to play. You can say, I only want it to play for 5, like, I don't know, let's say 10 seconds maybe. And then you can also say only end the loop when the touch sensor is pressed. But yeah, so that's that. No, get out. Oops, hold on a minute. Can I even? Out. Oh, there we go. Alright. So next, we have our switch. And I use this in one of my... Goodness, that light, I swear. One of them's burning out, I think. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, man. Next we have our switch. Basically what this is, you can specify, like, I don't know, you can specify, like, only, like, if you could, it's basically, like, so, it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but, basically what it is, it's kind of like, in a normal code, you'd say, if this happens, do this, but if this happens, do this. And, so that's basically what this is saying. So, if I say, if I take 2 of those, and I say off, what that's saying is, if the touch sensor is pressed, stop the motor. However, if it isn't, keep the motor running. Or if I say rather like this. But yeah. And then also, if you wanted it to work like that, I think you would probably say actually this. And then you put it on the start, and that's how that would work. Because it'd be constantly going on. And there's not just only 2 statements. If you say, like, measure, if you say, like, put it on a color sensor, you can measure color, and you can say, you can have more than just one color, or more than just one option. So you can say, like, if I go ahead and grab, like, a display, you can see, how about I'll give it some eyes, and we'll put them on crazy. And man, I like it, these things. So let's see, if this sees blue, put the crazy eyes up on the thing, If there isn't any color, run the large motor, and if it's black, stop the large motor, and it'll play over and over and over again. And basically, you'd want this to be the default case, and basically what that means is, the default case, you should always set it to, like a no color or something that doesn't have any specification, because if there's like something that you haven't set to be to do anything, this will say, okay, well, there isn't any. If I say show it, like, I don't know, yellow, it'll say, okay, I don't know what to do if I see yellow, so I'm just gonna run the motor. So yeah, basically that's the thing. So let me get this out of here. Get out. Yeah, like that. Get out. So yeah, and then we have this loop interrupt. I'm not really sure what it is. It only has one option, and it's weird. I don't know what it does, but I'll have to keep experimenting. And that's it for the flow control tab. But next, we have this thing, the sensor tab. Now, I don't really know what you'd use these for. I have used this to make a program that I think is really cool. I'll mention that later in the video. But, yeah. And about that, I'm actually kind of working on using this, because what I want to do with it is I haven't quite figured out how to do it. But yeah, so basically we and you can put other sensors in here, like you're not only limited to these blocks. If you go up here, it says block import, so you could say, like, okay, well, I have a new sensor, and I don't know how I'm going to use it. Excuse me. So you'll say, like, there's this thing here that says block import, and while you're in here, well, you'll download a file from the ev3 from the LEGO website, and you can import it here. Well, you'll click on it, and then you'll say import, and then that will be put into this tab. But yeah, so that's the sensor tab. But yeah, this I don't know much, and neither do I know this. These are kind of a bit more advanced operations, like a variable. You can save a value in this. You could save a value to the ev3, and then you can say read whatever that number was, and then you can put it into, like, say, I don't know, a motor, the amount of rotations you want to do. And what this is basically a data wire which brings the value over and says, okay, this is how many rotations I want you to do. But yeah. So next, yeah, there's a constant, there's array operations, logic operations, math, and round, and compare. Most of these, except for this, which is a random, I know what it does. It's basically a way to say if you want to choose something So yeah, it's basically if you say you want to choose something to happen, choose out of like a whole bunch of things and say at random. That's the block you'll want to use. Next, this tab, I really don't know what any of this is, but still learning. The one thing I do know, or at least I think I do, this irregulated motor block. So see you have there's in the with the NXT, you got this cable, or the NXT base set. You got this cable which allows you to interface with motors that were not specific to, which didn't have the same port as ev3. But yeah, gosh, I swear that dang late. Anyways, enough worrying about that. So yeah, it allows you to control motors if you have the cable, which I don't. Yeah, if you remember when I reviewed the power functions, and I showed you that cable, and then I showed you also the conversion cable in the ev3 review, this is the block you'd use to control that motor. But yeah, and then we have invert motor. I have no idea what all the rest of these do, but yeah. So that is the advanced tab, and then there's the my blocks tab. So what the my blocks tab is, it's this it's this like basically you can make your own blocks without needing to make a code for them. You can make my blocks like right inside the thing. So say I want to make like something like that. I can, which to make a my block, what you'll do is you'll put all three of these in here, you'll highlight them, and then you'll go to tools, and then you'll say my block builder. Then this frame will pop up, and window pops up. And what this window is it allows you to edit what your my block the end result of your my block will look like. But yeah, I won't make one. Just yeah. Oh, get out. Right. And yeah, that's basically it. So now that I've showed you guys all that, I've been trying for a while to make this robot. If real quick, I'll pull up a image of it. Google. So yeah, so here's the robot right here, and yeah, this is what I've built based off those pictures, and so what I want to be able to do is like say move this arm, and then record that position, and then say okay, I'm done recording all my positions. So let's now say play that position back to me. So, and then it'll move to its first position, and it'll go through all of the positions that I've recorded for it. But yeah, so just a quick overview of what I wanted to do. So now let's get on to programming it to do that. So yeah, anyways, it's this robot right here, and what I've been trying to do is I built the robot, but now what I'm trying to do is there's this new type of programming for industrial robotic arms, like this one, or well, not this one, but further, this is a robot from ABB, I believe. I'm not sure. I think so, but well, here, like this one. This is a robot from ABB, and ABB, they manufacture robot arms, but recently they've made this new type of robot arm. It's this collaborative robot arm, and to program it, they've made this new type of programming method called lead through. And what lead through is, what it allows you to do is grab the arm, move it to a position that you want it to, and then say record that position, and then once you've moved it to all the positions you want, you can say play those positions back, and it'll play all those positions back. So as they say in the reveal video, it says in essence, they say that in essence you're not programming the robot, you're teaching it. I don't know, but anyways, that's what I've been trying to do with this style of robot. So what I've got so far is well, I don't have anything. So if you remember, I mentioned I'm using this motor rotation, and what I'm doing is I'm well, hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's my idea for it so far. This is overall not what I want. But right, I'll show it to you in action, just so you can get an idea of what I was talking about earlier. So what this is doing is it's starting a program. It's putting the eyes in the center position on the display screen. Then it's waiting for me to press the middle brick button. Then it's recording then it's using this to record the position of the degree position of the motor. Then it's putting the eyes up, and it's waiting for me to press the top button. I'm doing these eyes because just so that I remember which buttons to press. And then finally, once I press this button, it says run a motor, but it says run it for the degrees that you've recorded here. And I'm using that by putting a data cable into the degrees, like so. So 1 second. So I have the ev3 hooked up to my computer via the ev3 cable that, well, I mean, connects it to the computer. And so here's the program in action. So let me just make sure that I'm moving the right one. Okay, and so if I play this program, focus, flipping camera. Download and run. So, and the reason I said wait for the center brick button to be pressed is so that I have time to actually move the motor to the position I want, or rather, move the motor to the position I want, and then record it. And then the second one basically is if I wanted to do multiple, there's this weird thing that happens when if you say put multiple of these, it goes through all of them. I'm guessing because it's like you have you're putting multiple gates with the same lock. So if you say if this button is the only key needed to open all the locks, I guess it opens all the locks at the same time, I guess you could say. But so if I press this button, actually before I do that, also the reason I have that is because so I can move it back to the first position, and then I can say, so there it is. However, that isn't what I wanted to do. If you remember, what I wanted to do was, I want to be able to do that for all of these. I also want to be able to record multiple positions. So that's kind of where I'm stuck. So if I go back onto the computer. So yeah, back on the computer. Let me unplug that and put the mouse back in. There we go. So yeah, so like I was saying, that's not the program, that's not what I want to happen. I want to be able to do it for multiple motors and multiple different positions. Because as you can see, I didn't just have one motor on there, I had 3. So I'm kind of stuck in like, how am I going to do this? So like what I had before this, or well after I had this idea, was, well, let's make a counter, which I'm not gonna make it. It's just gonna take up time. So, but I'll tell you just now. What I had is I waited for, like, say the touch sensor to be pressed. Then it went through, and basically it was an addition system. So every time I pressed that button, it would go through, add 1 to the counter, and then wait until I pressed it again. And then that second one was basically so that it wouldn't go through. It would only go through once and then wait for the next one. And yes, and then to say, okay, that's the number that I want. Void the loop, or well, go out of the loop and then go into the lead through programming part. And let me get rid of that. So then over here I had a switch that was set to, if I grab one, I had a switch that was set to numeric, and basically I had this variable, and I said, read that variable, read the counter, and then put the end result into here. And basically for each number I had a set amount of positions to make it. And also I was using the my blocks, because to do this like 1,000,000 times is kind of ridiculous. And that's mostly what the my blocks are meant for. It's to make common code like this reusable. But yeah, so however, even that program, I'm not sure. It didn't quite work as I expected it would. Like, sometimes it would even bust the universal joints that it would over rotate the motors, and it would bust the universal joints. It was kind of, it was kind of like kind of insane to get this thing working, and I still haven't figured it out. So now it comes to my question for you guys. In the description, I'll leave a link to download this, and with the things that I've told you, well, I mean, just try, uh, like, make a program that you think might work. I don't know, maybe then, and then tell me in the comments down below how you think this program should work. Cause I'm kind of confused, and also I'll keep trying stuff, and next episode I'll tell you dudes, I'll show you dudes the progress that I've made on this program. But yeah, I guess that's everything. So anyways, guys, so glad you dudes have come down to your one-stop shop for everything. You name it. Programming, Delta robots, robot arms, lead through programming, programming problems, teaching your dudes how to do this. You name it, I'll do it. Obviously nothing stupid. And yeah, hit that like button if you liked it, or hit the dislike button and suggest something else for me to do. And try this out, see what you can come up with, and yeah, I'll see you dudes in the next episode.